Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahawashah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahawashah, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled The Significance of Simon the Tanner. Lord will, you are edified. Acts 9 and verse 42. And it was known throughout all Joppa, and many believed in the Lord Yahushua. Verse 43. And it came to pass that he, referring to Apostle Peter, tarried many days in Joppa with one Simon a tanner. Okay, if you can receive this in the spirit, Acts 9 and 43 supports foreshadow, okay, meaning by Apostle Peter residing with Simon the tanner for many days. This was extreme significance of what he would do for Cornelius going into Acts the 10th chapter. Okay, now what is foreshadow? And according to the freedictionary.com, foreshadow means to present an indication. Indication means what? To point out or a suggestion of beforehand. Keep this in mind. And let's read this again. To present an indication or a suggestion of beforehand. So what would Peter do beforehand? When we focus on tanner, according to the Greek,
Strong's G 1038, borsus. Borsus.
all right, and according to lexicon, it means a skin stripped off, a hide, okay, meaning what? Through the teachings of Yahushua, Peter, Apostle Peter, was going to strip off that Gentile state of mind from Cornelius. All right, this is the significance of Simon the Tanner. Also, when you focus on hide, and my source is New Oxford American Dictionary, put or keep out of sight, conceal from the view or notice of others. Now, in Cornelius' case, it would be the truth. Because within the truth, you understand that you are an Israelite. So in Cornelius' case, okay, receiving the teachings of Yahushua and understand that he was not a so-called Gentile or a unnatural Gentile. He was actually an Israelite. And through the teachings of Yahushua, which was within the will of Yahweh, Apostle Peter stripped that Gentile state of mind from Cornelius. Okay? It was time for the Gentiles who were Israelites, unnatural Gentiles, to receive this holy doctrine. Okay? And this is the significance of Simon a tanner, okay, which foreshadowed what Apostle Peter would do for Cornelius, leading into the teachings of the Gentiles who were Israelite foreigners, okay. Acts 10 and 1, there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band, a devout man, meaning what? He was an Israelite who believed, and one that feared the Most High with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to the Most High always. He saw in a vision, evidently about the ninth hour of the day, an angel of the Most High coming in to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. And now send men to Joppa and call for Simon, whose surname is Peter. He lodged with one Simon a tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. Okay? And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called 2 of his household servants and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared all these things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance and saw heaven opened and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners and let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. And this voice was the voice of Yahushua. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten all thing that is common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him again the 2nd time, What the Most High have cleansed, that call not thou common. This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now while Peter doubted in himself what the vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry of Simon's house and stood before the gate. All right. So Peter received this vision, okay, which it meant that it was time to teach the Israelite foreigners who had that Gentile mindset. And the teachings of the Gentiles began with who? Cornelius. All right. When you go into the term Cornelius in the Greek, it means horn, meaning what? A seed. Now, what is a symbolic meaning for a seed? A seed has to do with what? Reproduction. All right. So in Cornelius' case, okay, a reproduction of the doctrine amongst the Gentiles who were Israelites, Israelite foreigners, okay? That's the reason why it started with Cornelius. And like I stated before, Cornelius goes into horn or seed, and a seed, okay, a seed's role is to reproduce. And from a symbolic standpoint, the reproduction of the doctrine amongst the Israelite foreigners. Okay? Let's jump down to Acts 10 and 34. So of course, Peter taught Cornelius, all right, and his friends, as well as his family, Acts 10 and 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, "Of a truth I perceive that the Most High is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that fear him." All right, and this is actually referring to Israelites that believed and worked righteousness is accepted with him. The word which the Most High sent unto the sons of Israel, preaching peace by Yahushua Mashiach, he is Lord of all. That word I say ye know, which was published throughout all Judea, and began from Galilee, after the baptism which John preached, how the Most High anointed Yahushua of Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and with power, who went about doing good, and healing all that were oppressed of the devil, for the Most High was with him. And we are witnesses of all things which he did both in the land of the Jews and in Jerusalem, whom they slew and hanged on a tree. Him the Most High raised up the third day and showed him openly, not to all the people, but unto witnesses chosen before of the Most High, even to us, who did eat and drink with him after he rose from the dead. And he commanded us to preach unto the people and to testify that it is he which was ordained of the Most High to be the judge of quick and dead. To him give all the prophets witness that through his name whosoever believe in him shall receive remission of sins. Israelites, okay? While Peter yet spake these words, the Holy Spirit fell on all them which heard the word. And they of the circumcision which believed were astonished, as many as came with Peter, because that on the Gentiles also was poured out the gift of the Holy Spirit. And it started with who? Cornelius. And Cornelius means what? Seed. And the objective of a seed is to reproduce. So Cornelius, from a symbolic standpoint, the reproduction of the doctrine amongst the Gentiles who are Israelites, who were Israelites, poured out the gift of the Holy Spirit, for they heard them speak with tongues and magnify the Most High. Then answered Peter, "Can any man forbid water, that these should not be baptized, which have received the Holy Spirit as well as we?" And he commanded them to be baptized in the name of the Lord Yahushua. Then prayed they him to tarry certain days. All right. And the teachings of the Gentiles was foreshadowed in Acts chapter 9, verse 43. And it came to pass that he tarried many days in Joppa with one Simon a tanner. The significance of Simon the tanner, and like I stated before, tanner, a skin stripped off. Okay, so by Peter teaching Cornelius that Gentile mindset was stripped off from Israelite foreigners, and they began to learn this truth, and within the truth understand that they were Israelites. Okay. Call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.